Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 837 of Screw the Commute podcast. Today we're going to talk about another copywriting technique based on my course, copywriting901.com. And it's called Teasers. And it's not as important for cheap products, but it's very important if you want to sell higher ticket items. Hope you didn't miss episode 836. That was another copywriting, it's a little known copywriting technique called bonus testimonials. Make sure you listen to 836. Anytime you want to get to a back episode, you go to screwthecommute.com/ and any episode number. Bonus testimonial is 836. Today, Teasers is 837. Now, if you like our training episodes, Larry just told me we have 423. This will be the 424th training episode. Probably $1 million worth of training if you just go to screwthecommute.com/training, pick out what you want to learn. Bam, you can listen to that episode right now. Hope you didn't miss checking out my mentor program. That's where you get one-on-one training from me and my entire staff, from somebody that's actually been there and done that, not some of these wet behind the ear kids that made $2 and they want to tell you how to get rich. Well, I've been selling on the commercial internet since there was a commercial internet back in 1994 and have made enormous amounts of money myself and helped my students make the same. So check out my mentor program at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com. And of course, pick up a copy of our automation ebook at screwthecommute.com/automate free. All right, here's another great yet simple copywriting technique you can easily add to your sales letters and videos. For more than one reason, you want people to read or watch your entire sales process. And the reason I say more than one reason is that on YouTube and other social media platforms, besides the fact you want people to buy your stuff, obviously, but if people watch to the end, your account looks better, so it's shown to more people by the social media platforms. On YouTube, this is called watch time or percentage of watch time. If people only watch 50% of your video before they leave, your video doesn't look as good to YouTube as if they watched 85 or 90% of your video. The higher percentage they watch, the more people YouTube will show your video to. And it's pretty much the same for all the social media platforms. Anyway, this applies to your written sales copy just as much as sales videos. And I might add, you don't necessarily have to be selling a product per se to do a sales video. You might be selling a concept or building your credibility. In other words, you're always selling. Okay, a teaser, that what we're talking about today, has an exact formula. All you have to do is fill in the blanks with your information. Now, I shouldn't have to say this, but teasers should be near the top of a sales letter to entice people to read or watch longer than they might have without the teaser. In most cases, it would be kind of stupid to put a teaser near the end of your sales process where people might never see it. Teasers also have an element of the extremely powerful copywriting technique called the Zeigarnik principle. I've talked about that quite a bit. That's where you create curiosity. I covered that in episode 13. Make sure you listen to episode 13, screwthecommute.com/13. All right, here's the formula. Here it is. A little later, I'm going to tell you something great. Now, great is a variable. Don't say the word great, okay? But right now, I'm going to tell you something else. Else is a variable. You're going to plug in your information where I said great and else. So a little later, I'm going to tell you something great, but right now, I'm going to tell you something else. So here's an example from my public speaking stuff. A little later, I'm going to tell you how to get standing ovations around the world. But right now, I'm going to tell you how to get on stage in the first place. So the standing ovations around the world was the great stuff that's inserted into the formula for my public speaking stuff. And the else stuff is where I'm going to teach them how to get on stage in the first place. So all you have to do is fill in the great and the else with your stuff. Now, you got to make sure you actually tell them the stuff later in the sales letter or nobody will trust you anymore, say. So this makes people read carefully so that they see the great standing ovation part in my example. And in your example, they'll read closely all the stuff you want them to see to look for that great thing that you promised them. But you got to give it to them or they'll never trust you again. So anyway, that's another simple copywriting technique you can add to your sales letters. Even if you have a sales letter already, you add the teaser formula at the top, and then at the bottom, you tell them what you promised them. And you don't have to redo the whole sales letter for this, but it'll probably help increase your sales because people will read it more carefully looking for that really great thing. Okay, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Check out the mentor program at greatinternetmarketingtraining.com and I will catch you on the next episode. See you later.